When I woke up the other day, I got up and looked out the window.
Huh. Snow.
It was snowing. It had been the
Fifth time.
It had snowed that week. I can't show you the snow, of course, as it's not snowing anymore. This is just a reenactment of that moment. And even if it was still snowing, it wouldn't be the same snow as it was before. It'd be different snow. I wasn't recording when I got up. Why would I be? So I don't have that moment anymore. Only this. I felt really cozy, being inside while the snow fell outside. It was nice. I made a cup of coffee and drank it as I tuned into my online class, watching the snow fall out my window. I wonder why I felt so cozy. I was actually really stressed at the time, as I had a lot of work to do that day. But yet, I felt comfortable, as if sitting by a warm fire with a hot blanket and a cat purring on my lap. Of course, I wasn't doing that. I was sitting in my dorm room in class, stressed about my workload, and wondering whether I was going to be okay. But still, I felt cozy. I think lots of ink has been spilled about the evolutionary adaptability of certain emotions, but not enough on coziness. I think coziness comes from a desire to feel safe, even in a dangerous environment. The feeling of coziness, I think, motivates us to get out of the falling snow and the frigid air, and into our warm dorm room with our hot cups of coffee, because it makes us feel nice. That's what I think, though. But what do I know? I'm not a biologist. After class, I had another class, but that one was in person. I was a little late, and so I had to rush to get there in time. I didn't end up making it. I was a few minutes late. But that's not the point. When I was walking, the snow kept hitting my face and getting into my hair. I was cold and rushing. It wasn't very fun. And certainly, it wasn't cozy. Later in the day, I sat here, in this building. Right over there. You can't see me there, though. That's because I'm here. But now I'm here. And I was here then too. I sat there and watched the snow fall. The snow had really piled up by this point. I guess a week of almost constant snow does that. It's everywhere. Here. Here. And even here. Just kidding. I tricked you. This last one's actually a river. Though it is covered in snow, I guess. So, maybe that counts. What do you think would happen if it all just melted at the snap of a finger? Imagine it. All of the white fluffiness you see suddenly turning to liquid. We'd be flooded pretty badly. I guess we can be thankful that that doesn't happen. Be like Noah's Ark. It sure is pretty, isn't it? I like the way it makes the evergreens droop. Almost like they're moping around, having to carry around so much weight. The way the white almost caps off the green, I think, is really pretty. Evergreens. I guess they're not evergreen. Sometimes they're white too. They've also got a bit of brown, but we don't need to talk about that. As I sat there, in this chair, in this building, watching the snow fall, I got this footage. I guess I mustered enough foresight to realize that it might be useful. I thought about whether or not the snow likes to fall. Maybe it likes to be on the ground, just trying to get the fall over with, dreading the plunge and longing to be settled here on the ground. Or maybe it fears the ground, and instead, it treasures the freedom of being in the air, soaring through the wind. It knows it'll eventually hit the ground, but that it might as well enjoy the moment. I was enjoying my moment, too. I felt cozy again. Not like when I was walking. I guess it's all the same moment, though. It just depends on your perspective and where you are. Whether you're inside, nestled against a warm chair and watching the clouds shed their cargo, like I was, or you're out and you're fighting against the elements, like those people there. What is a moment, though, anyways? Humans like to break things up and divide them. Seconds, nanoseconds, femtoseconds. But really, time never breaks. The day ends at 12 because we decreed it, not because it must be so. The Earth doesn't ever stop turning. It's always going and going, rotating and orbiting as it will, forever. Time doesn't stop. But I knew that my moment would. I wouldn't see it happening, and I wouldn't even notice it when it did happen. I'd turn my attention to some other thing and simply let the moment slip away from me. I'd become preoccupied and become engrossed in some new moment. I'd be somewhere else, doing something else, when, sooner or later, I'd look up and I'd realize that it had ended, that the old moment had stopped. I wasn't in the chair, in the building anymore, and the snow had ceased to fall. The snow would sit, melt to liquid, evaporate to gas, rise up to the clouds, and fall out as rain or snow somewhere else, sometime else. It will snow again, eventually. And when that happens, somebody might even be in this same chair, in this same building, watching it as it falls to the ground. They might even be thinking the same things that I was then, but it won't be the same moment. The moment where I was watching the snow fall will have long passed, the snow will have stopped, and the next day, the sky will have come out. Now, that moment is over.